Good morning children. Welcome back to Social Studies tutorial. So students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is state government. Students, in our last session we have completed second chapter, that was institutional representation of democracy. So now let's learn the state government. In our first chapter, we have also learned that what is a government. So now recall the that first chapter, that what it says, that the government is a body that governs or administers a political units like a country or a state. So here we are talking about state government. So students, since you all know that the government of India functions at three levels, these are the central level, the state level and the local level. In your previous grade, you have learnt about the local government, that is Panchayati Raj. So now let's learn about the state government. The state government functions more or less like central government, but its functioning differs from that of a local government. There is a difference between the working of the state and local government. So students, state governments also has its three branches. These are the legislature, executive and judiciary. So legislature has its two, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Executive that consists of governor, then the chief minister and council of ministers, and then judiciary. Then the judiciary consists of high court, district court or session courts, then provincial courts, and there are the Nyaya Panchayats. So now let's discuss about the legislature. So students, legislature makes the laws that govern a state, and some good laws. To help the government do this, to make laws we need a body that is called the legislature. Legislature has its two houses, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. So most of the states have legislature, state legislature, and consist of two houses are called bicameral, and those that have one house are called unicameral. So in most of the states, the state legislature consists of only the Vidhan Sabha. Now let's learn that Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad. So the first is the Vidhan Parishad, which is also known as Legislative Council or the upper house of the assembly. The tenure of the Vidhan Parishad is for 6 years, and just after every 2 years, 1/3 of the members gets retired and fresh ones are elected. So as you all know that only 1/3 gets retired, that means all the members do not retire together, because of which the Vidhan Parishad is called a permanent house. Some members of the Vidhan Parishad are indirectly elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly, some by local bodies and some by high school teachers, graduates, etc. So now let's learn the Vidhan Sabha. The Vidhan Sabha is the lower house of the assembly and consists of the elected representatives of the people. These people are known as MLAs, members of the Legislative Assembly, and these are elected from a constituency. These numbers means the number of the MLAs are quite differs, because the number is decided by the number of constituencies in the state. As for example, Rajasthan, though the largest state of India, but it is sparsely populated, so it has around 200 members in its assembly, whereas Madhya Pradesh, which is the second largest state in terms of area but has a larger population, that is 230 MLAs. So the constitution has set the maximum number of MLAs as 500 and the minimum as 40. Now let's talk about the life of the Vidhan Sabha. So students, as I told you that the Vidhan Parishad, the member of the Vidhan Parishad works for 6 years. On the other hand, the lifespan of the assembly, that is normally for 5 years, that is same as the Lok Sabha in the center. But sometimes in case of emergency or a vote of no confidence against the government, the assembly is dissolved before 5 years and fresh elections are held. Now, there is one more question which comes to our mind, that who can nominate in MLAs as election. So the qualification of MLAs, that is any citizen of India who has attained the age of 25 years and does not hold any position, profit making position in the government, and the person also has not been convicted by a court with imprisonment of 2 years or more, and who has a sound mind, is eligible to become a member of the legislature. Now let's talk about the leader of the legislature, that who are the leaders of the legislature. So members of the legislative assembly elect the speaker and a deputy speaker from themselves. So these speaker or deputy speaker preside wherever the house meets. They control the proceedings of the house and ensures order. But when order cannot be maintained, the speaker adjourns the house for a short while, or in extreme cases for the rest of the session. Now let's talk about the functions of Vidhan Sabha. So the Vidhan Sabha is a law making body and presenting the budget. So the laws are made for those subjects which falls under the state list, as there are the 3 lists: state, central and the co-current list. So the list which comes under the states, like the subjects of local importance, agriculture, trade and commerce and education. So what happens, the prime function of the Vidhan Sabha is making of a law. So how it makes a law? There is an introduction of the bill, that is introducing a bill. So what exactly happens, that at first a draft of the law is prepared and presented in the legislature, which is called as a bill. So there are 2 types of bills: ordinary bills and money bills. Ordinary bills deal with the day-to-day functioning of the government, whereas the money bills can originate only in the Vidhan Sabha. Then just after introducing a bill, there is a formation, means from a bill to a law, a minister or an MLA introduces the bill in either house of the assembly, upper house or the lower house. Then after a detailed discussion, the bill is put to vote in the house, and once it is signed by the governor, then it becomes a law. So a governor has no powers to reject a bill, though he or she can send it back to the house of its origin with suggestions for change. So students, in today's session we have learned that what exactly the Vidhan Parishad and the Vidhan Sabha, and what are the qualification and what these are known and how these function. So we have done that the Vidhan Sabha just introduce a bill, and afterwards, means once the governor signed the bill, then it becomes a law. So these were the major functioning of the Vidhan Sabha, or the, you can say that is of the legislature. We'll continue in our next session. In our next session we'll learn about the executive. I hope you understood well and enjoyed a lot there in the session. So stay tuned, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.